A few weeks ago, I published a video about passing on your limiting beliefs to your teenagers. As a result of this video, a mom sent me an email telling me that first, she noticed that she was getting worried and fearful about her teenager, and I quote exactly what she told me, her teenager getting chubby. And then she remembered that video and she was horrified because she thought, oh my God, I am passing on my self-image issues to my daughter. And of course, she reached out to me to see if I could help with that matter. So I replied and asked her what she felt. She said she felt guilt and fear. So that's the emotions. Those are the emotions that we're going to go with today in the tapping. But as usual, if you feel something else regarding that matter of I have passed my self-image issues to my teenager, replaced by your words. And one thing I want to say is that at some point, coming from France, it's the culture, at least when I was growing up, was very based on image. So of course, I also struggled and still struggling sometimes to be really, here you can see my cat, to be fully transparent with body image issues. So I know how hard it can be and how insidious these beliefs can come out, show themselves in different remarks, in different looks even, because I remember in my family, even a look would suffice to make you feel something is wrong with you. And that's what I want to mention today. The importance of working on our triggers regarding maybe self-image and weight, because even if we don't say anything, I know in my family with my kids, at some point, one of them was getting chubby and I did not say a thing because I know how painful it can be to hear a remark. I remember in my family hearing growing up like only 2 slices of bread, not more, or wow, you're going to eat all that? Those hurtful remarks would go right to my heart. And it was like having a dagger in my heart, especially as a teenager. I remember that pain, and I would hate for anyone else to go through that. I would hate for you as a mom or as a parent to feel bad about having unconsciously done things like that and carrying the guilt and the weight of that for the rest of your life. We're going to work on desensitizing that guilt and desensitizing those triggers. So here we go. First, think about what you may have transmitted to your kid, your teenager, as a limiting pattern or negative behavioral pattern or negative self-talk habit or limiting beliefs, whatever you think is negative that you have been passing out to your teenager. I'm sorry, I'm going to take a breath. Too much energy. Let's quiet down. I hope you did it with me. What is it that is bothering you? Where does it fall in your body? What sensation? Is it tightness in your chest, tightness in your heart? Because you're so sorry and heartbroken that you did that. What is the emotion? Is it guilt? Is it frustration, anger, whatever, sadness, whatever you're feeling that is true for you? And what's the intensity level from 0 to 10? Are you at a 5? Are you at an 8? Are you at a 10? And sometimes even higher. I have clients who you come like, today I'm at a 12, I need your help. Don't worry. And we're going to start the tapping. As I mentioned, change anything that doesn't resonate for you to something that does. and focus on your emotion and your sensation. So even though I feel so guilty that I may or I have transmitted that negative pattern to my teenager, that self-image issue, I choose to love and accept myself completely. And I'm giving myself permission to relax. Even though I may have transmitted that negative pattern or belief to my teenager, that self-image issue, and I feel so sorry and so guilty about it. And I have all that guilt weighing on my heart. I choose to love and accept myself completely. Even though I have all this guilt and this tightness in my chest, this heaviness in my heart, because I have transmitted my limiting belief and self-image issues to my teenager, I choose to love and accept myself completely. And I open myself to forgiving myself. This heaviness in my heart, this tightness in my chest, all this guilt, I have passed on my self-image issues to my teenager. I feel horrible about it. I wish I could undo it. I am feeling so guilty. All this heaviness in my heart, all this tightness in my chest, letting go of the tightness in my chest. It is safe to let that go. It is safe to let go of the guilt and start showing something more positive. It is safe to let go of the heaviness in my heart. I choose to let go of the guilt so I can demonstrate something more positive to my teenager. I choose to model a more positive and empowering behavior. Feeling better about it now. Now stop tapping. Think about the fact that you may have transmitted, implanted, taught a limiting belief and a limiting behavioral pattern and some body self-image issues to your teenager, and see at what level you are now. If before you were at a 5, talking about the emotion intensity and the sensation intensity, maybe now you're at a 3, and 3 is okay to go to the more positive round of tapping. If you're not at a 3, let's say you're still at a 6, maybe you want to redo this tapping session to get lower. And I will mention that any progress below is great, because that means you're starting to dissolve and install better thought habits. And of course, doing the tapping helps with the guilt. But I'm going to say that one thing you're going to have to do is work on yourself about your own self-image issues, because who we are, the world sees it, especially our kids. If it's not with our words, it's going to be with our reactions, with our body language, etc., etc. Your non-verbal communication, other than verbal communication, I would say. So, of course, work on your triggers so you can really come from self-love. And it's never too late to teach that to your teenagers, to everyone in your life, actually. Seeing people get into self-love is always inspiring. I love myself for being willing to do the work. I'm sending you a ton of love, and I'll see you next time.